to Team Tripoli. Welcome to USS Tripoli's change of command ceremony. Upon completion of arrival of the official party, the parading of the colors, national anthem, and invocation, guests, including military guests, are requested to remain seated and uncovered for the remainder of the ceremony. This ceremony will be an uncovered event. The change of command you witness today is not prescribed specifically by U.S. Navy regulations, but rather is an honored product of the rich heritage of naval tradition. Custom has established that this ceremony be formal and impressive, designed to strengthen that respect for authority which is vital to any military organization. Parading all hands at quarters and public reading of official orders stems from those days when movement of mail and persons was a very slow process. This ceremony was designed to ensure that only duly authorized officers held command and that all aboard were aware of its authenticity. The presiding officer for this ceremony is the commander of Expeditionary Strike Group 7, Rear Admiral Thomas Schultz. The heart of the ceremony is the formal reading of official orders by the relieving officer and the officer relieved. Command passes upon utterance by the relieving officer. "I relieve you, sir." The officer being relieved responds, "I stand relieved." This simple procedure is duplicated hundreds of times daily throughout the navies of the world as each watch officer passes responsibility to their relief and the conduct of each ship's routine. Team Tripoli, attention. Will the guests please rise for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the national anthem and invocation? Captain, United States Navy, arriving. Tripoli, arriving. Expeditionary Strike Group 7, arriving. Color Guard, parade the colors.
Color Guard, attention! Carry colors! Ready to forward march!
Color guard, retire the colors.
Ready, color. Ready, two. Color. Color, turn. Forward, up.
Chaplain Brown will now offer the invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we pause at the beginning of this change of command and retirement ceremony because we want to give first place to you. We know that all persons in authority exercise the power of their position under your will. As your word tells us, the authorities that exist have been established by God. Therefore, we give you thanks for allowing and establishing Captain Park to be the Tripoli commanding officer who faithfully led our successful home port change from San Diego to our new home here in Sasebo, and an essential member of the forward deployed naval forces. We are confident that the entire Expeditionary Strike Group 7 and 7th Fleet are better because of his efforts at facing and overcoming challenges. We ask that you continue to bless and guide him as he transitions out of the Navy he loves and has faithfully served for 26 years. Lord, we know he could not be so successful without the help and support of his family. We thank you for Sam, Calvin, and Preston, and ask your continued blessing upon them and the other family members and friends gathered here today. Additionally, we ask you for good health for Captain Park. We also ask your blessing upon Captain Sullivan as he assumes command. May he feel a sense of confidence and assurance that you are with him, and may you give him wisdom and discernment as our commanding officer. Guide him and direct him as he demonstrates honor, courage, and commitment while leading Team Tripoli. We also thank you for and ask your special blessings upon the Sullivan family, especially Tomoko-san and the other families and many friends of the Sullivans. Lord, be with each of the men and women who faithfully serve on board this mighty warship, and minister to the families who stand the watch in the home and understand the burdens of FD&F better than anyone. And finally, Lord, we invite your presence at this special retirement and change of command ceremony. In your holy name, amen.
Bosun, post the side boys.
Side boy, right or left. Face. Close.
Will the guests please be seated? Team Tripoli, at ease. Team Tripoli and guests. Captain Park, Commanding Officer, USS Tripoli.
What a beautiful morning. Ohayou gozaimasu. It is my pleasure to introduce our presiding officer, Rear Admiral Thomas Schultz. He's a service warfare officer hailing from El Cajon, California. He has served on every class of fighting warship in the U.S. Navy. As an avid surfer, he loves the water so much, I was waiting for a request from him to pull him through the nearest strait. That never happened. With a wide breadth of experience from ship command, joint staff, OBNAV, and SecNav, he is the right leader for ESG-7, and I'm proud to introduce Commander, Expeditionary Strike Group 7.
All right, again, good morning. Ohayou gozaimasu. Man, what an amazing morning. You're looking here, Sasebo on board this ship, USS Tripoli, an amazing warship. We've got the crew of Tripoli here on the flight deck. We've got Japanese destroyers and ships behind us, the Japanese and American flags. We have Mount Umahari and obviously all of Sasebo right here. Just a fantastic day. It is always special when I have the opportunity to come back to Sasebo. This is definitely what I consider my second home, having done a couple tours previously here. It's so nice to see everyone here, old friends, new friends, and again, to celebrate this day, to celebrate Captain Park and this great ship, the USS Tripoli. Again, an honor to be here for this ceremony where Captain Pat Sullivan will relieve Captain Eddie E.P. Park. To our Commodores, captains, commanding officers, all the distinguished guests, and again, as I said, longtime friends and family, thank you for being here. Special welcome, I think we have Commander Takashima from the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force from Japanese ship Jitsu. So again, great to have you here joining us today. Because as 4 deployed naval forces, we all understand how much of a partnership, how strong our alliance is amongst our Japanese and American shipmates. We're all one together. We go out to sea together. We work here in Sasebo together. Again, a great honor to be here, joining us here today. To Captain Park's family and friends. Again, to Sam and Calvin and Preston coming out from San Diego. I know you are so proud of Eddie for everything that he's done, and you wouldn't miss this day for everything that he's accomplished over the past 26 years. And Sam, to have your parents here, so to Jay and Nan, really thank you for coming to Korea and spending this time with the family together for again, the strength that you all have provided Eddie over the years has definitely led him to this point and everything that he's accomplished. So let's do a big round of applause for the Park family. And actually, I almost forgot to say, Sam is also a very accomplished chief prosecutor in San Diego. So just hats off for everything that you do, not only for your family, but in your career. Just amazing. Eddie, you may have commanded this warship and all these sailors, but you definitely married up, man. All right. All right, to the sailors and Marines of Team Tripoli. This ceremony is as much about you as it is about Captain Park in exchanging and changing of command. So again, as we all saw, just coming up to this ship looks amazing. And it's not just the looks, it's what's inside the ship that counts. And it's the sailors and Marines that make up this crew that make it so special. So as the MC and Seppo, is it Seppo? Yes, as Seppo was saying, command is the hallmark of naval service, right? It's kind of the culmination of our careers as naval officers. It's a privilege, but also it comes with absolute responsibility. Every single thing that happens on board this ship rests with one person, the commanding officer, and that has been Captain Park. And so it takes a special type of leader to have the resolve, the dedication, the humility, and again, just that courage and leadership to lead this crew and this ship. So when Tripoli arrived in Sasebo to join Task Force 76, I was definitely excited and confident that she would excel, I had served with a commanding officer previously. So over 20 years ago, I had the pleasure of serving with, were you a lieutenant then or still a JG? Just yeah, both. Okay, so yeah, we served together on USS Mobile Bay, an old cruiser that's unfortunately no longer with us. But operated as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom. And Mobile Bay was definitely a warfighting ship. We had just finished with a 10-month deployment, firing off Tomahawk missiles and protecting U.S. naval forces. And I think it was like within 5 more months, we were back out for another 8-month deployment. So we were focused on warfighting and combat readiness. And what I saw from this young pilot, who I think that was your first deployment, right? He was part of HSL 43, the Battle Cats, was someone that understood the importance of what we do every single day. Someone that understands the tough choices that you have to determine when you may be faced with combat or just to be ready for combat, how to make those choices, and also how to deal with adversity in tough situations. So again, it was I was definitely confident in seeing this great ship being commanded by Captain Park coming here to Sasebo. You know, your impact, EP, has been clearly visible from day one. From the first day that I got to visit Tripoli after she had arrived, I wasn't unfortunately here to greet her when she came. We were on deployment, but as soon as we got back, made my way up here and was just awed by the motivation and the culture on board Tripoli. You know, serving in 4 deployed forces is challenging and incredibly rewarding. Again, we operate shoulder to shoulder, but you quickly understood what was required, what was needed, and came in here, and it's been like you've been here for years, this ship. So fantastic to, again, UEP and to the entire crew. You know, and doing the home port shift, that is no small task. You know, you're leading a crew of almost 1,200. You know, and all the advanced planning, tons of coordination to ensure not only the ship is prepared, but all the sailors, all the families, everything is taken care of to do that home port shift. You know, so in addition to building a combat-ready crew, you know, you also have to do, I guess, what we probably would say are the little things, but are actually just as important as building that combat readiness, because it's part of it. Some of those smaller things that take so much time but are just so important. Hey, from making sure your sailors have some place to live, you know, whether that be the barracks and housing, getting that all set up early. Making sure families have their driver's license, understand the basic phrases here in Japanese, how to get around Sasebo for folks that are coming out to Japan for the first time, how to get children into school. So you did all of those little things which made that transition so easy and allowed you to do the big things, which was, again, to have this ship ready for operations. You know, and now that you've been here, you've wasted no time in building, you know, that readiness for those upcoming operations. You know, giving our leaders, you know, amphibious and expeditionary capabilities ready to respond to any contingency here in the Indo-Pacific. You just got the ship underway recently, completing its first time to sea here as part of the 4 deployed naval forces, and you operated with professionalism and poise, and our adversaries definitely took notice. You've risen to the challenge, Eddie, every single day, no matter what faced you. In a few moments, I'll present Captain Park with an award for the testament of his time as CEO of Tripoli and his service in the Navy. But again, these achievements could not have happened without his outstanding and dedicated sailors and Marines and this crew of Tripoli. You know, to just go over a few of those achievements, again, we talked about how flawless that home port shift was from San Diego to Sasebo. You know, back when you were in San Diego, you led this team, you know, again, 1,200 sailors and Marines through a $60 million maintenance availability and completed it on time. And that, you know, for all of us that have been in the Navy, that doesn't happen much anymore. So again, takes a ton of effort. You know, you've set the standard for future amphibious operations. You know, back in San Diego, you were the first ship to go into the newly revamped Seal Beach, so the first large deck platform to go in there. So hats off to that. And then again, most importantly, as I highlighted earlier, just the culture that you've built on board Tripoli is second to none. You've led your wardroom, your chief's mess, and you've built, you know, the next round of leaders from the deck plates on up. You know, the petty officers, senior petty officers, to you know, the seamen and Marines on board this ship. You know, always your sailors are first and foremost on your mind. Taking care of this team is always what Captain Park has done. You know, as leaders, we strive to help our sailors and Marines, you know, to become, you know, I like to say, the best versions of themselves. But in the process of having that privilege of leading those sailors and the Marines, I think it makes us the best version of ourselves. And I know, you know, what you're going to miss the most is that daily interaction that you have with your sailors and Marines and those special opportunities that you've had over your 26 years. But again, you've left a mark on all of us. You know, so as you wrap up this 26 years, Eddie, on behalf of your shipmates, myself, and the entire United States Navy, we wish you the best and fair winds and following seas to you and your family. Round of applause, please. All right, to Captain Sullivan. Pat. All right, you ready? Yes, I think so. All right. Could not be happier for you and your family. You know, as you take command, you bring depth, steadiness, and experience to Tripoli. I have full confidence that your time as commanding officer will be memorable and deeply fulfilling, and you'll meet mission whenever tasked. A special welcome and thank you to your wife, Tomoko. I know your support of Pat will help him inspire and lead this great crew throughout his time in command. I think while your daughters, Sarah and Caitlin, cannot be here in person, I know that they are here with you in spirit. And I also understand that this is a big day, but you just also had another big day really recently. So just a week ago on November 15th, they celebrated Sarah's wedding. So congratulations to the Sullivan family. All right, so Pat, I know you're excited to lead this ship as it readies itself for upcoming operations and demonstrates the full capability and talents of Tripoli, the flagship for Task Force 76. My initial task to you, which I know you'll execute smartly, is to have this ship and crew combat ready and to live, work, and fight as a team. Every thought and every resulting action must be focused on this team and being ready to fight and to win in combat. Again, as I close, as I said at the beginning, truly a privilege to be here in Sasebo with Captain Park, Captain Sullivan, the crew of Tripoli, and all our distinguished guests and all families and friends on board this great and powerful warship. So again, thank you for joining us here today on what, again, is just a truly magnificent Navy Day. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rear Admiral Schultz will now present Captain Park with his End of Tour Award. Team Tripoli, attention to award. The President of the United States takes pleasure in presenting the Legion of Merit to Captain Eddie J. Park, United States Navy, for service as set forth in the following citation. For exceptionally meritorious conduct and the performance of outstanding service as commanding officer on board USS Tripoli, LHA 7, from October 2023 to November 2025. Captain Park led 1,100 sailors in conducting operations in 7th Fleet, as well as the on-time and under-budget execution of a $60 million selected restricted availability. Displaying exceptional operational expertise, he led Tripoli to complete the first big deck amphibious assault ship mooring and pierside ammunition onload at Naval Weapons Station Seal Beach, setting the standard for future operations. Additionally, he coordinated the home port change to fleet activity Sasebo, Japan, swiftly addressing challenges and enabling a smooth relocation during a complex transition across the Pacific. Additionally, he fostered a positive culture, unsurpassed material readiness, and the maximized operational effectiveness, winning Tripoli the 2024 Unit Tactics and the 2023 Chief of Naval Operations Afloat Safety Awards. Further, he initiated the installation of wireless connectivity solutions for over 3,000 sailors and Marines, which increased bandwidth by 400% and enabled a more robust command and control element to Task Force 76 and Amphibious Squadron 11. By his dynamic direction, keen judgment, and loyal dedication to duty, Captain Park reflected great credit upon himself and upheld the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. For the President, signed, Fred W. Kacher, Vice Admiral, United States Navy, Commander, U.S. 7th Fleet. Team Tripoli, at ease. Lieutenant Commander Balch, the President of the Officers' Wardroom, will now present an end-of-tour gift from the Tripoli's Wardroom. Command Master Chief Chadwell will now present a gift from the Tripoli's Chief's Mess. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Park, Commanding Officer, USS Tripoli.
Ohio gozaimasu again. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day. Could not have asked for anything better. You're welcome. Thank you. I first want to thank Senior Chief M for that incredible anthem. Wow. That was absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for that. I am going to try to keep this short and sweet like me, but I'm going to struggle. I got a lot of people to thank today, okay? So please get comfortable. Admiral, I'd like to thank you for your words, leading us in the strike group. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve with you twice now, sir. Thank you so much. Captains, commanders, very special guests, thank you for attending our change of command ceremony. For my captains, Mike, John Baggett, Steve, Scott, Pete, Kevin, Tim, see you out there. Ed, I see you out there as well. Thanks for your leadership, your support, most importantly, your fellowship. I'd like to also welcome the CEO of the Japanese ship Jinsu, Commander Takeshima. Thank you so much for coming. Department heads, the ship looks incredible, and I thank all the divisions that contributed heavily. Particularly, I'd like to thank Chief Warrant Officer Cutler, our AMO, Lieutenant Spallini, and also the Change Command Coordinator, Lieutenant Spallini, our PAO, Lieutenant Joyner, our Security Officer, Lieutenant Commander Zhang, our Assistant Supply Officer, and Lieutenant Akina Dirijo, our handler. Lieutenant Vance, our Administrative Officer. I want to thank you personally for all the coordination and the administrative burden that you overtook today. Thank you. I'd like to recognize that we have picked the absolute worst time to do a change command. Aside from being Thanksgiving week, just a few days ago, if you saw this ship, you would have thought there's no way they're going to be able to pull this off. We had stores, we had gear, we had maintenance, we had people, we had Marines. It was chaos. But my crew makes it easy. They make it look easy. So thank you so much. I also wanted to say, again, thank you to Captain Fontaine, Lieutenant Helmendaler, the base echo, Chantel Santos from Public Works, Anthony Rubino from ITT, CFAS CSO Commander Manis, CFAS PAO Aki Nichols, who worked tirelessly to support the entire waterfront, but especially the Tripoli. So thank you so much for your efforts. I'd like to recognize Naomi, Victoria, and Saiba, our three. We are blessed. We not only have one ombudsman, we have three incredible ombudsmen who love this ship, love this crew. Thank you so much for your sacrifice, stepping up to lead and to share in that sacrifice. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to start out with Pat and Tomoko-san. Pat, I feel like I've known you for decades, but it's only been a couple of years. Congratulations. And Tomoko-san, you are the reason for all of his success, I see. And so thank you so much. You also supported me. You and your wonderful parents. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you so much. CMC, Mike Chadwell. Yeah, there you go. Hey, the crew has no idea how much they owe you. You're the man behind the curtain, making all the good things happen. Your steady hand is exactly what's needed on Tripoli. Thank you so much, Mike. Dave Smith, Cody Owings, I see you out there. Dre, John, on behalf of the Navy and the USS Tripoli, thank you so much for all your sacrifice, all your efforts. We are the way we are because of your efforts as well. Thank you. I also want to thank the many people at Ships Repair Force that worked tirelessly to make Tripoli operational. Thank you. Friends from Sasebo, Hannah, Paul, Jay, Kim, Pono, Kanani, Chantel, Jayden. You're some of the most welcoming people that I've ever met. I always feel some real aloha anytime I'm with you. Thank you so much. Chris Wyatt. Hey, there's no BS. I'm going to miss you, buddy. And I'm going to miss watching you beat me in golf. Thank you so much. Fred Creighton, Sammy-san. What a pleasure it was to know you for such a short period, but you're just awesome people. Thank you so much. Captain Retired John Yee, a true mentor and friend, 1985 graduate, and Captain Retired, came all the way from Seattle just for me. I'm absolutely humbled that you're here. My in-laws, Jay and Natsuk, 어머니, 아버님, 사랑합니다. 대단히 감사드립니다. I just told them I love them and thank them, but the truth is, without their support, I would not have survived. Over the course of 25 years, they dropped everything whenever we asked them to and came and helped us. So really, thank you so much. My wife, Sam, the singular biggest reason for my success. Somehow, I tricked you into marrying me, and you're still here. I think you're here because of my good looks and my jokes, but I'm starting to think you're here because you feel sorry for me. Because the truth is, I wouldn't last one day without you. I love you. My kiddos, my world, one day you'll understand how much your mother and I love you and how proud we are every single day of you. Until that day comes, I need you to clean your room and don't talk back to your teacher. Okay, I started this journey in 1996 as a midshipman at the Naval Academy. I didn't know what the future had for me. I think I tried my absolute best to fail, but through the grace of God, luck, and most importantly, good people around me, including my family, here I am, and this road leads to retirement for me. I didn't want to do any tour after this. It wouldn't have matched up. It would have been a complete disappointment. And to be surrounded by America's finest, America's best, is all I ever wanted. At some point, I figured out that this opportunity, though, it's not a challenge, it's a gift. It might not seem like it because, yes, it is hard sometimes, but it's a precious commodity if you embrace it. Few jobs in the world have a real risk of death. Few jobs in this world not only prefer, but require bravery. But few jobs are in the direct defense of the country that we love. We need you to continue marching into the unknown and defending America from all enemies, foreign and domestic. And with you out there, I'll feel safe. But ultimately, the ceremony isn't about me. It's not even about Pat. It's about sailors like HM2 Rolfson, someone who fills every void and steps up for any duty without hesitation. It's about sailors like AO1 Scales, confidently walking up and down the line during ammo evolutions, ensuring the safety of his team. It's about sailors like MC2 Schultz, whom without our Viper teams and media department would falter instead of thrive like it is right now. It's about sailors like AM2 Walker, who in addition to excelling in AIMD, devotes his spare time to be the SAR swimmer and help out in deck division however he can. This is about sailors like Lieutenant Olaoye Babatunde, who, at the first sign of crisis, literally ran to the fire on New Orleans to run a supply department that he wasn't trained for, he wasn't ready for. When I told him about that, he didn't ask me for anything. He didn't complain. He just said, please point me in the right direction. We see these leaders emerge in times of crisis, in times of necessity. And I'm just naming a few of them, but these people are all around us. And these people are all of you, if you choose to be. Crew, you're the reason why I'm having a successful change of command. I want to personally thank each and every one of you for all of your hard work. And you have the opportunity to lead. I want you to shine. You've inspired me and all on Tripoli to be the best sailors, best leaders, best Americans. And this is what I'm going to remember. I'll remember what a privilege and life honor it was to serve with you as your commanding officer. Captain Sullivan, I'm ready to be relieved.
Team Tripoli, attention.
I will now read my orders from Commander Navy Personnel Command Bupers Order 2000. Detach as Commanding Officer, U.S. Tripoli, and report for duty no later than December 2025 to Commander, Naval Air Force, U.S. Pacific Fleet.
I will now read my orders. From Commander, Navy Personnel Command, Bupers Order 3025, report to Commanding Officer, USS Tripoli, as his relief.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Sullivan, Commanding Officer, USS Tripoli.
How do you, everybody? Good morning. Ohio gozaimasu. I promise I will be very brief. Rear Admiral Schultz, fellow commanding officers and triads, and the Sasebo community, thank you for taking the time to be here for this event. It truly means a lot to me and my wife. While I couldn't possibly thank everyone who has helped me to get to this day, there are a few people I'd like to recognize. First, I'd like to recognize my mother, who's watching this virtually. My mother's guidance, support, and mentorship have been the cornerstone of how I've navigated life, and without a doubt, have directly impacted my professional career. As a daughter of a first-generation immigrant from Ireland, she set the conditions for me to pursue anything in life. Anything I have achieved in my life is because of my mother. I love you. To my son, Trey, and my daughter-in-law, Ayane, and my daughters, Katie and Sarah, and my son-in-law, Dakota, though your schedules made being here a bridge too far, I'm glad that you can join us virtually. Chico and Kenji, my in-laws, and to my entire extended Japanese family and friends, of which many of whom could join us today, I continue to be grateful for your hospitality, grace, and support. Thank you to all of our Japanese friends for coming today. I've spent well over half of my career in Japan. FD and FJ service is unique and challenging. My wife and I have enjoyed the close friendship of a small group of people who share in our challenges and have provided unwavering support. I'd like to personally recognize them. Matt and Yuka Hayes, thank you for traveling down here from Yakuza to be here today. You are lifelong friends that share the same unique FD and FJ story. It's rare to find a couple that completely understand the FD and FJ CEO spouse experience the way you do with us. So Fred and Sammy Creighton, you are pillars for me and Tomoko. Your friendship is unwavering, and both of us are truly grateful. When I have been gone, your support and friendship has been second to none. Fred, you've been a critical addition to the Febron 11 team. The entire ARG is going to benefit from your leadership. I'm watching it currently in real time. Thank you for staying in Japan, brother. To Aaron and Marimonto, you've been amazing friends to us, to my wife and I, for my entire time in Japan. You knew Tomoko and I when the times were toughest for us, and now we have this great day to celebrate. Thanks for being here. Now, just a couple of other folks. To Dave Smith and Cody Owings, thank you for your dedicated support you provide Tripoli. Doing my job is going to be far easier with these two professionals under the hood. To Ed Thompson, a staple and the most experienced FD and FJ amphibious warfare officer in Sasebo, you have always been and continue to be a great mentor to the leaders that followed in your wake. I appreciated your mentorship before and continue to benefit from your counsel. To Steve DeMoss, my former boss and a career FD and FJ sailor, Tomoko and I greatly appreciate you traveling here from Tokyo with your busy schedule today. Your leadership and trust during my previous command tour, when you were my Commodore, was and is the reason why I'm still in the Navy and made me want to pay it forward. To Eddie Park, EP, thank you for your leadership and guidance throughout our time together. You have spent the last 2 years getting Tripoli for what's next. Having gone through that process on multiple ships, I fully understand and appreciate the heavy lifting that was involved. More importantly, I truly enjoyed our time together. The laughs, the jokes, and truly great memories over a short period of time are something I will always remember. Best of luck to you, Sam, and your children as you start your next chapter. And finally, but most importantly, to my beautiful wife, Tomoko. While FD and FJ service is rewarding and fulfilling for me, it has demanded a level of patience and grace that is really unfair to ask of any Navy spouse. In addition to being my best friend and partner, you managed to be everyone's best friend and support. For those in the Tripoli family who have yet to meet her, you soon will see what I have had the privilege of enjoying for 14 years. The most selfless, helpful, and compassionate person I've ever met. Tomoko, we're at it again. Another ship. For that, Domene. But I know that the entire Tripoli team will only be lifted up by the amazing mom, wife, and friend that you are. I love you more than words can say. And then finally, to the Tripoli crew. We are about to start our FD&F journey on Friday. While most Americans are lining up outside of stores to get the best deals of their favorite gifts, we'll be packing our sea bags on the night of Thanksgiving. We've been ordered to set sail, do what we've been trained to do, and do it while our fellow citizens get an opportunity to relax and celebrate with family and friends. This is forward deployed life. Doing the hard things routinely, deploying into challenging situations, and doing it at a time when all of our families expected us to be home for the holidays. It's not easy. Many times it's frustrating, but it is our job. So we will take in all lines and go. We will sail over the horizon and embark our Marine team to execute whatever mission we are tasked to do. I greatly appreciate the sacrifices that you and your families are enduring. But at the end of the day, this ship, our crew exist for one reason, to answer the nation's call. In closing, being given the assignment as your commanding officer is truly the greatest honor of my life. I'll see you on Friday, and let's roll. Thank you.
Captain Park's command tour on board USS Tripoli marks the end of a 26-year career of service to the United States Navy. To honor his service, USS Tripoli's chiefs and officers will recognize Captain Park and his family's dedication with a performance of the Watch and the presentation of Old Glory.
Flag detail. Post. Detail. Halt. About. Face. I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident, I am arrogant, I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher, my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped, I am saluted, I am respected. I am revered, I am loved, I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, Guam, Okinawa, Tarawa, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, and scores of places long forgotten by all, except by those who were there with me. I was there. I led my sailors and Marines. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired. But my sailors and Marines cheered me, and I was proud. I was at Ground Zero in New York City on September 11th as cowardly fanatics attacked America. I was raised from the ashes of once proud buildings by brave firefighters, heroes who risked their lives to save others, showing all that America, although bloody, will never be beaten. Those who would destroy me cannot win, for I am a symbol of freedom, of one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And when it is by those who I am served with, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the slurry bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been silent witness to all of America's finest hours. But my finest hours come when I am torn into strips to be used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. And when I have fly half-mast to honor my soldiers, and when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother. At the gravesite of her fallen sons or daughters, I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, long may I wave. Flag detail, left face. Hand salute. Ready, two. Flag detail, right face. Post. Forward, march.
Some of us are post at night. It's safe. Still to watch. While some of us were in school learning our trades. It's safe. Stood to watch. In those years when the storm clouds of war were brewing over the horizon of history, this shipmate stood to watch. Many times he would cast an eye ashore to see his family standing there, needing his guidance and help, needing a hand to hold. This sailor stood to watch. He stood to watch for 26 years. He stood to watch so that we, our families, and our family country can sleep soundly and safe each and every night, knowing that a sailor stood to watch. Today we're here to say, shipmate, watch stands relieved. Relieved by those you have trained, guided, and led. Shipmate, the watch stands relieved. We have the watch.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing for the departure of Captain Park and his family. Team Tripoli, attention. Captain, United States Navy, retired, departing. Navy family, departing. Team Tripoli and guests, this concludes the ceremony. You are cordially invited to join Captain Sullivan and Captain Park for a cake cutting ceremony.